412 Hangouts. You're welcome to today's 412 Hangout. And one thing that is certain is that the most interesting thing about this discussion is something that is relatable, something that affects all of us. And if there's anything I want from all of us tonight, it is the fact that I want us to be as real as possible, right? As real as possible, because it helps us. It helps us to learn. Like Ngozi was saying, Ngozi wants to learn from your wealth of experience. Since today, she has been telling me about wealth of experience. I don't know the bank I'm banking with this experience she has been asking me about. So please, let's be as real as possible. And it's going to be fun tonight. We're going to learn, unlearn. And like we all know, right, we are going to learn the godly way. So I will want us to start right away. Others are joining. As they keep joining, we keep taking it from there. So quickly, I think I would love to say a word of prayer today before we start, so that we ask God to help us today to be original and not fake, right? Please, let's just quickly say a word of prayer in 1 minute. Please, in Jesus' name. Father, we thank you for this evening. We've come again to learn. We've come again to discuss. Father, you said in your word that we work more than needed not to be ashamed, right? To learn from it. And today, by the time we are done, we have more cause to say thank you for this day. For in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Let me start from the simplest part of today's. Let's start from how your day went. Chinaza Osigwe, how are you today? How was work? I don't think I've greeted you specially today. Can you hear me?
Very well. Blessed. Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Welcome. Please, can you
tell us how Thank you. The day was actually okay. Thank God. It went well. Thank God. Thank God. It was fine. Nothing serious. It just went well. Thank God.
Huh?
It was fine. No, thank God.
Okay, China, just a quick one. Just quick one. Was there any guy you see today that you like 6-pack, 1-pack, got chest?
Blessed. Yes. No. I didn't see anybody today that I like. None at all. None at all.
Let's not start. China, that we pray to God.
Serious.
You know why I'm asking this question, right?
Blessed.
Yes.
Hit me. Ask me.
I'm asking this question because today, everybody I'm asking questions, they have to tell me if they did not see somebody today that look like they are dream man or they are dream woman. That kind of thinking. I don't know if it's in Genesis chapter 5.
No, not at all.
Today is Monday. Okay, I wanted to ask you. I thought today is Thursday. I wanted to ask you since Monday till now, you've not seen anyone that you like today. Seriously. Broad chest.
Thank God today is Monday. I didn't see anybody. No, sorry, at all. Monday, at all. Blessed. Seriously.
Okay.
Today is Monday. Yes, sir.
Monday usually is very serious.
Thank you too. Thank you. Very serious day. Very serious day.
All right.
Thank you.
Are you there? Good evening. How are you? How was your day today?
I'm fine, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Hope you had a great day. How was work?
Yes.
Or are you working from home?
No. I just came back. Work is fine.
Hope the traffic was not much on the road.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anybody you saw today that you like, or somebody you've been liking before that is in the office? Tell us about him.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I love now. Esther, let me move to see your face when you are talking. Now, the people I'm talking about, the people that have the fear of God. Tell me about the person.
Well, I don't really know much about him. I just like him. Nah, that's all. I just like him.
What do you see in him that you like? Like, why do you like? What do you see that you like in him?
I love the way he talks. As in, I love the level of maturity in him.
Yeah, these are deep. I love the way he talks. I love the level of maturity. Maybe the guy is an MC, a comedian, and yet he comports himself very well. Festus, you are beginning to blush. Don't blush, Festus.
Oh my God.
It's not, I like it. I like original people that say things the way they are. I like this person. In Genesis chapter 5, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's in Genesis chapter 5. Bible says the children of men will be fair. And the angel of the Lord, angel that God sent message on earth, they now saw the children of men. These people that are too fine. Before you know, they started marrying them. They didn't go back to heaven. They stayed on earth and started marrying those people. That tells you that you don't take what this one they call love, infatuation, or whether it is love, or infatuation, or lust. You don't take where you don't start. I mean, Genesis chapter 5, Bible has not gone far. They're already telling you the children of men, we are fair. You now stay in Lagos State. Chinaza is scamming me, saying today is Monday. No problem. I believe you. You stay in Lagos. I don't want to greet Chiamaka. Chiamaka will have plenty story. Chiamaka today will tell me that she has seen five people that she like. Chiamaka, hold on. I'm not talking to you. Samson Jare, how are you? Good evening. How was your day?
Very well.
Went well. Are you home or you are in traffic?
I'm at home now.
Oh, well, I hope today was not stressful.
Huh?
Hope today was not stressful.
It's not stressful, sure.
Is there somebody in your office that you like? That fine girl I've been eyeing. You wish to talk to her, you've not talked to her. Tell me about her.
Well, I'll be like, oh, pressure, there's nobody. I
nobody in the office.
Only do collect things. I don't extend it.
Okay. So is there anybody you saw today that you feel like I wish I can talk to this babe? But today is Monday, I'm going to work. I have to be serious today. Is there anybody like that?
Well, nobody, because it's from car to car.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Bele. Okay, one last question. Is there anybody around you that you're currently eyeing, but you've not come to talk to the person? You are praying to God for the charisma to go and say, sister, when I see you, they do me yori.
I'm not scared, though. I'm not scared, but
no, you don't need to be scared for somebody to be doing yori. It's just that it's doing you somehow. That kind of thing.
I will not say I'm scared, but there are plenty, Shabe. I just
wow, Brother Solomon, Samson, there are even plenty. Okay, I know why I'm asking this question. I'll come back to this I'm saying. But you want to tell me about one of them? Is there anyone you want to talk to me about?
Well, none.
You are beginning to hide now. You are beginning to be shy. You said there are plenty. No. Now you say none. It's all right. It's fine. I hear you.
Let's not dig deep. Let's not dig deep.
No, we are digging deep. Today is dig deep. You're on the platform now. You're there when Festus said tables should be shaking. We are going to shake table.
Some people want to share their wealthy experience. That's what I came here for.
My brother, the experience, whether wealthy or minute, all of them, they are important. All right, thank you, Samson. It's been nice. It's been nice talking to you. Let me go to who do I talk to now? Festus, my G. Maybe I talk now. Festus, how was work today? Festus, what happened? Don't tell me your network has gone bad. Can you hear me?
Fine. Work was fine.
Awesome. Festus, talk to me now. Is there anybody you see today that you like, or the one you've been liking before, but you've not gone to approach the person, or you have started approaching the person, but you don't even know what you want to do with the person?
No. I'm actually like, work was overwhelming today. Reports. I was discussing with Pressy last week. We were both talking about reports. I think he's done with his own reports, but I'm still in the middle of my own report with deadline before on the 15th. So it was work. But there's a but. So
there must be a but. First of all, if there's no but today, I will know if compare sounded. But let's continue from the but.
So somebody like sent me a chat. All the people they will send and say, "Thank you, my dear." Okay, my dear. So many my dear was in that chat. So I was wondering, why is my dear plenty in this chat? But I think it's just for so many people, they just say my dear. Not like you are really dear to them, but it's just like a slang or a word for them. That was it.
Okay, thank you very much, first question. You just give me the first discourse now. Please. Ngozi, do you want to tell us, right, when you say my dear, talk to me. When you say my dear to somebody, honestly, tell me, does it mean that, honestly, tell me, Ngozi, when you say my dear to somebody, like, thanks, dear, is it just a dear like dear, or a dear because the person have one small part that he or she, no, he, I don't want to use she for you, that he is occupying in your heart when you say my dear to an opposite sex? Have you done that before? Is it normal, or is something because the person is stylishly like the person, but you're just saying dear, just like you are playing? Tell me the truth, because let's talk. Lots of experience have started.
Blessed, why are you putting me at the center this evening? Okay, because I want to learn from your wealth of experience. Okay, for me, I rarely use my dear for a guy. How I know how to easily friend zone a guy. Oh, my bro, or sir. But if I use dear for you, just know that you'd have maybe we have a certain level of closeness. Maybe you're my male friend. It mustn't be like I must not have like an attachment to it. But let's say you're my male friend, like close male friend. At least I have more male friends than female friends. So I might not have any emotional attachment to it, but you at least occupy a place in my heart as a friend. You've proven to be a worthy friend. So that's when I can use that.
That's when you can use dear. Okay, a person that is not that close to you and a person that is close to you that much, would you say if one of them, the one that's not that close to you, start approaching you for something serious, would you want to go with that person, or you be thinking about that dear as a person you want?
No, maybe I think I was sharing with someone that sometimes a first date to determine if I want to really go out with that person or not. So, but when the person start using, let's say we're trying to get to know each other and you're using there, I would want to be very sure of, because I know I'm a very sensitive, I am a very emotional person. So I'm always very careful of the kind of words that gets to me and make sure it doesn't get to my emotions. So I don't just jump into things since I've actually at least understand that about myself. So I want to give it a try, but I will be very sure that let's say a first date is enough to know if I'm going to go with somebody or not. I don't know if I answered your question correctly.
No, I think it's fine. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that a person mistakenly used dear for you, you start becoming worried. Does it mean that this person has something? So dear is so dear to you that it should not be used. Okay, let me ask Jennifer, please. Jennifer Ibogu, please help me.
Even when sorry.
No, okay, sorry. Angie,
Okay,
please,
I was even saying that even when the person is approaching me, I know how to put the person at the center. I can use words like uncle for you.
The way you have been uncling everybody today, Uncle
So before I get to the stage of using dear for you, man, you go don't pass some test though.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers in this group today, in today's discussion, note that if NG told you dear, just be happy. For those of you question on NG, this is a pointer that dear means dear to her. Thank you very much, NG. Jennifer Aibogu, please help me. Right? Do you think dear can make somebody start lusting after the opposite sex? For example, right? I say dear to you, now start feeling like, he loves me. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. This guy is loving me finally. And maybe somehow you've been liking the guy. You think dear can propel that kind of thoughts, a lustful thought, or a love attraction thoughts? Jennifer.
Okay, so you're asking me personally or generally?
Well, let me ask you personally, then you can generalize. Let's go for
okay, so for me personally, no, because action speaks louder than words. So you are daring me up and down, daring me, but your actions are contradictory to the dare. I won't take it seriously. So because me too, I use a whole lot of lovely words or words of affirmation. I call people my beloved, come here, fine boy, my favorite. I use those kind of words. So, but if my actions are contradictory or goes the opposite side of what the words are, then you will know that I don't really mean those words. So for me personally, I feel that as you are using your words, if you really mean them, then you should back them with actions.
Awesome. Thanks. When you are using your word, mean them and back them up with first thought. So that is my beloved John. And back them up with action. So generally, speak generally now for the general. Speak generally from a general point of view.
Okay, so generally, I know that people are different. People have different personalities. Some are very emotional. Some they are hard like rock. Nothing you will say will move them. So really, really, not one shoe fits all. It's different people, different personalities. But I feel that people should be careful with words that they use. So let's use an official setting, for example. You can't be calling your colleague, oh, my dear, my boyfriend, or using words like you are smelling so nice, you are looking so dashing. If you do not have that kind of a relationship with that person, it can be misinterpreted as sexual harassment or what have you in a place of work. So, but if I have a very close friend in the office and we really bond, of course, I can say, guy, you fine today, oh, this your perfume. You are handsome, fine boy. And he will feel harassed because of the relationship we have. So I think people should be careful, try to know people that you talk to, and be careful with your words, because some people are very emotional. If you tell them dear today, now they will go home on their bed, they'll be rolling from one side to the other and say, hey, this guy said my dear. Meanwhile, he just said it without any feelings attached to it. So generally speaking, let's just be careful because of different people, different personalities, and the way they are wired, so to speak.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let me quickly, thanks a lot. Let me quickly delve into some part of our discussion today. Today we are discussing Lustfully Loved, right? And I love the part of the dear that came up from our discussion. So let me use that as a case study. Personally, I use a lot of words like Jennifer just said, dear, blah, blah, blah. But there was a time I noticed two young ladies. I was suspecting the both of them, they are madly in love with me. I suspected that these two people love me because of the way I relate dear and everything to them. But something happened. I said, let me run a test to see if it is true. So someday we are walking, I said to them, sometimes some ladies feel I'm not a serious person in a relationship. And the both of them just answer simultaneously, it is true. I say, why did you say so? That was when they started voicing out hard, using words on them. And this one spoke. This one spoke. And that was when I knew that, oh, truly, there are words you use, like Jennifer rightly said, that have to do with, that affect people personally. So let us go from there and say, can words propel you to lust after a person? The word the person used, whatever propel you, like somebody is saying things to maybe normal, but that propel you to start thinking this person is the right person. Has it happened to you before? We will talk about that. Has it happened to you before? Like, this person is the right person. Blessed is the one I want today. I am seeing Blessed. The way Blessed have been talking to me, the words he's using. Oh, you are fantastic. Oh, you smell good. You are doing well. It's making me feel like he's giving me pride. He's bringing out the pride in me, make me feel well. Does it happen? Do I start calling names? Somebody should talk to me.
Based on what you said, that one is like, will I say, is the real fact. Because there's a way you put the word to some extent. I might be thinking, this guy is falling, he's falling. Truly, the same thing happens to a girl, because I have a female friend more. There's one of my friends, I do call her my best. So there's a guy he normally talk to. Actually, the guy does not have any feeling for her. But the way the guy relates, the way the guy puts the words, my friend don't die. Wait till just remember, I love you, make everything just continue. But along the line, me and I started doing investigation of the guy, and I noticed that I told this girl more than 7 times, this guy does not have anything to do with you. Even to the extent it almost leads to fights between the both of us, because it's not like you are jealous, you don't want me to date him, you are jealous. It's just word though. It's just word. My sweetheart, my love, playful word. But along the line, what can actually be something?
You say playful.
The guy is playing.
Okay, Samson, thank you very much. But Samson, the way you speak to me about this girl, something tells me that somehow in your mind you actually have feelings for the girl, but the feeling is still latent, it has not manifested fully. So you're feeling like you should be looking at people like us that are responsibly having feelings for you than going for this guy who is daring and darling you as a scam.
Jesus, you are taking another place. You are taking it another place. No, that's not what I'm saying. There's no
okay, thanks. Let me use that to ask the next question. Whenever I've come to realize that a person you pick interest in, like talking to, like, don't go there, don't do this, is a sign that there's a part of you that love that person. But maybe that have not come to fruition, that not manifested. How true is that?
I can't say. Okay.
Precious. Lady P, are you here? I saw her before. She disappeared. Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy is not talking. No. Who do I call again? Okay, Chiamaka. Oh, awesome. Welcome. Hi. Did you hear what I said initially?
Could you say it again, please?
Yes. Okay, I said, you know that moment when you some person are advising you on certain things, like don't do this, don't do that, or a person usually pick interest in advice the opposite sex. There's tendency you have love for that person, like you're having a feeling, a particular kind of feeling for that person. How true is that? Has it happened to you? Do you want to talk about it?
Thank you for that. Actually, hello everybody. Actually, I won't say it's happened to me before, but I know it's happened to somebody before. And eventually they got married. So I don't know.
Awesome.
I don't know whether, because what happened was the girl wanted to go on a trip with another friend and the guy said, don't go. Eventually, there was an accident that happened on the way. So maybe she feels like, or maybe she felt like, oh, this is the person God is leading me towards. I don't know. But I found out that she'll take the guy's, even though they were just friends, she took the guy's word like the ultimate word. Even if I tell her things like, yeah, I've heard you, she won't really comply. She'll be like, this is my own opinion. But when the guy says the same thing I have said, it's like, oh, he said this. And I'm like, okay, let me back off. So I don't know. I don't know whether it was the guy liking the girl, but I knew that it was the girl liking the guy. So I think there's actually two ways about it.
Or maybe the guy was actually leading the girl, showing the coins. They throw corn. If I'll keep eating the corn until the entire house, it's a strategy.
Well, different people with different strokes. I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me use that to go to the next question. Can loss lead to real love? I'll give you a typical example. I have personally, I have been in I went to a party. Okay, I went to a party and I just saw a girl. I just saw her. To be truthful, when I saw her, I never had intention of having any serious dealing with her. I said, let me just go. Those kind, let me go and have fun, eat and run kind of behavior was in my head then. So I was thinking of that behavior. But immediately I got close and got going with the girl, I was trapped. I couldn't leave. In short, I got so trapped. Don't forget, what started my conversation with her was lust. Not love, no part of it has love. In short, when I was trying to run ministry with her, I was telling somebody else, please now, I will marry you. And the person was doing shakara, right? But long story short was, I intended to marry that girl, though the relationship later crashed, not from my end, but from hers, right? The relationship later crashed because we couldn't fix there are little things we keep having issues on, but we couldn't fix. But I fell so much in love with her, I couldn't make any decision. She speaks like Aitofe. I don't turn neck from it. I will tell you again. Lust was what started it, but I fell madly in love with her. So personally, I feel lust can actually lead to true love. How true? What do you guys think about it? I mean, can somebody tell me something? Festus, don't come here and be laughing.
I think so too.
You think so too, right? You agree with me?
Yes.
You agree with me? Are there other contrary opinion to this? I want to hear us talk. Me, I feel lust can lead to love. Not Tama and Amnon kind of lust though. That Amnon had for Tama and ran away. Not that one. Jennifer, please.
Okay, so what's the meaning of lust, first of all? so that we will understand what we are saying here. So lust is not attraction. Lust is a strong sexual desire. So that means, blessed, you are telling me that you had a strong sexual desire for somebody. You wanted to just chop and clean out, Christian brother. So I'm beginning to think, let's be careful, except we are now interpreting lust as attracted in this case. And I will say, yes, you can be attracted to somebody just, okay, let me be friends or let me just go out. Me, I'm guilty. I may not like a guy, but I like, make I go chop him money, even at lunch. I've not done anything bad. And then at the end of the day, you can't now find out that, oh, I really like this person. I had judged him before knowing him. I judged him before knowing him. So yes, if you use the word attraction, I will sign up and say, yes, I can be attracted to somebody and then end up falling in love. And I can also fall out of love.
Okay, thank you very much. Festus. Yes, Festus.
This thing is on the line up.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
Love can never lead to love.
Okay, sorry. Chinelu, can you please hold on? Festus, you wanted to say something. I have just 3 minutes to round up this session because Reverend is already in the house and we want to take it off from there. So, Chinelu, please just hold on. Festus, can you please go ahead?
Okay, thank you, brother. Very quickly. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead, speak.
Okay, so I said in the group the other time that there's an element of lust in love, and I'm sure so many people were like, what's this boy saying? And Jennifer, was it Sister Jennifer or somebody further buttressed the point, because lust is all about a strong sexual desire. So by that word element, it means it's a fraction. It may be 0.000001. It may not be very significant. So it may be mostly the parts, could be the butt or the chest or the six-pack of the guy or something. So those parts cannot be attributed to love. That's, for me, the lust part. So even in love, there's a small fraction of lust. So when it gets excessive, that's when I think it's dangerous and can lead to sin and so many other things. Thank you.
And I love that word. There's a small fraction of loss, even in love. I love that word. A small fraction of loss. Samuel, please, a quick before I round up this particular session and hand over to Reverend. Samuel. Hello, Sam. Can you hear me? Okay. Maybe Sam is having network issues. All right. I don't want to thank every one of us. Yeah, I love what you said, Festus. Even in love, there's a little fraction of loss. So before I hand over to Reverend quickly, right? I want to paint a scenario. Maybe Reverend can help explain that further when he starts talking to us. And that is a scenario, two scenarios. The scenario of Amnon and Tamar, right? They say Amnon was madly not in love, now in lust. He craved after Tamar, somebody that he felt ill because he wanted to sleep with his sister. He ended up sleeping with his sister, and scripture says that the hatred he had for the sister was greater than that thing he called love that he had for the sister. That is one part, Amnon and Tamar, which cost him his life anyways. However, the case of David and Uriah's wife, right? I noticed that David lusted after the woman, after looking. I don't want to say he got attracted. He saw what he saw, and then the thing got him interested, and he ended up killing Uriah and married Bathsheba, right? I mean, that's her name. Ended up marrying the lady. The lady gave birth to the child, that and ended up giving birth to another child called Solomon. I don't know if I'm right now. I think David had promised her that her son would be the next heir apparent to the throne, which ended up becoming that Solomon gave birth from that particular act that is not a love scenario that came from, I use the word, whether the right word is lust, infatuation, or attraction, ended up becoming the king. One of the wisest, the wisest king, right? So looking at that scenario, that makes me feel like that a part of lust which can be converted to real love and give you a lot of bunch of opportunities. Remember, sir, so we've been talking for a while, talking about love, lust, the use of words.
Love rights and things are lazy. The
use of words that can be very, very, that can be leading and can lead to people having feelings that don't actually exist. So I wanted to say with Jesus' joy, give a round of applause as we invite our coach to come talk to us on Lustfully Loved. That is, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I've heard you with a bit of interest to be here. Answer your question. We can see your hand is up. I've been on the road. I'm somewhere in the Kenya, so I had to branch in one of my place offices there just to do this Lustfully Loved. Now, I've heard quite a lot from all of you. I would disagree a bit with some of your positions. I have heard the definitions. Some of the definitions are dictionary definitions. We're going to look at pragmatic life, practical definitions. Now, I'm going to speak for like 20, 25 minutes, hopefully. Then I'm going to take a few more questions from you. A few questions. Lust is different from love. There are three words. Today we're using two words. We're taking two words. The first is love. The second is lust. I want to bring the third in, which is where many young people make mistakes, like. Now, we're going to look at like, love, and lust, the three L words that we interchangeably use when we have feelings for people, especially the opposite sex. I repeat, when we have feelings and when we sense feelings, some sensual feelings for someone in the opposite sex, it's either love, lust, or like. Now, I'll tell you the difference in a short while. Lust is when you are attracted to the body of a person. You don't know the person, but you can lust after her, desire her sexually. That's why that definition is usually strong sexual desire. So that's what you have for a prostitute. You can't tell me you love a prostitute. Or somebody you met at a club. You say, oh, wow, can I get her? Wow, I want it like that. So that's lust. That's what the Bible calls lust. That's what life calls lust. That's what some call infatuation. It has to do with the external features. You lust after the person. Now, like, that's why men lust after women more than women lust after men. Men lust after women more than they love them. Meanwhile, like is friendship-based. You like someone. You don't have to lust after the person. Initially, you want to probably not lust after the person because of the person's company, the person's presence. I like you. You begin to like the person. And that's why when young men and women make marital decisions and they make a mistake, they sometimes make it based on like, not love. Not because of lust. Some good Christians don't love because I want to marry the person. They like the person. They marry out of pity because they like. So like is attraction based on proximity. Lust is attraction to a person's body. Love is attraction to a person. That's why they call it the soulmate. Now, you love someone you know. That's why it's difficult to love somebody indeed at first sight. You can lust at first sight. Because I don't know you. Love is deeper. Love lasts longer. Love is thicker and stronger. Love has to do with me knowing you. I cannot love a person I do not love. I do not know. I begin to love. Initially, my wife and I, when I met her, I liked her in class. From liking her, blessed, it developed into loving her. I started to find out this lady really loves God. I began to see her character, her gentleness, her meekness, and I fell in love with her. But it all started with I like her because I was teaching her. I did extra classes. She said, oh, sir, I missed my class last week. Can you please come, sir? Can I please come and take her? I'm like, okay, come tomorrow. I'll create time for you. And we started to bond. We became friends. We laughed more. We shared same values. I asked some questions. She gave me the answers. I think I'm loving the person I like. That's why I tell people, marry your friend, especially when you love. You see, because I have many friends. There was a girl that I liked before I met my wife, but did not love. So I did not propose. She loved me, perhaps. She was hoping I would propose, but I liked her. I tried to love her. The thing did not click. So it didn't move to loving, which is soul, which is character, which is being, which is person. There's something she was doing. So it made it difficult for me to love, though I liked. So though some of my friends said, Mariana, I would have married out of pity. I would have proposed to her like many young men and women do today. You liked him, you like him, let me just marry, let me just say yes. But you know, so when you now marry, you now find someone else, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year in marriage that you now fall in love with. For the heart of man must be filled with love, not likeness. You struggle to love the one you like. You now find someone you love after you have married to the one you like. You now start cheating, you now start getting dry, get tired. Now, Samson is my biblical example of the three. In Judges chapter 14, we will see that Samson liked a woman at Timnath. In Judges 16, Samson lusted after a prostitute. In Judges chapter 16, then he loved Delilah. Three ladies, three different expressions. The one he liked, the one he loved, and the one he lusted after. The prostitute in Gaza, he went in, slept with her, and he walked out. Nothing, no strings attached. It was just physical attraction. Wow, this girl is fine. Wow, this one is fine. Now, I'll pay to even sleep with you. That's just lust. But for love, Delilah, that was right. Of the three of them, it was only Delilah that could crush him because he told her the secret of his strength. Because that's what love does. Love gives. Now, how do I know what I'm feeling? Remember, you have explained love, lust, like. What I'm feeling, how do I know which of the three it is? Number one, signs that it is lust, not love. Number one, it has to do with your body, not the person's soul. Two, sex is the ultimate when it's lost. Sex is the ultimate. You are aggressively desiring her in bed or desiring him in bed. Three, friendship may not necessarily be needed if it is lost. That's a sign. So if you say, I have a feeling for this girl, tick these boxes. If you don't care, meaning that if friendship is not desired, that means whenever you are in a company or in his company, you get bored easily. You are bored, you are tired. You're thinking, I'm going to be going home now. I think you should come and go home. You know why? You just had sex with her. You just had sex with him. So you're tired. You say, come and go home, come and go home, come and go home. Because you're not spending time with her. You're not enjoying your company with him or with her. Finally, you take from the person because it's sex. So you're desiring her for sex. You're taking from her. That's why it's called lust. Number two, signs that it is like, not love, not lust. I don't know which I have feeling. The three are feelings, but what kind of feelings do you have for this person? Is it a lustful feeling, a loving feeling, or a like feeling? If it is like, one, friendship is needed. You can't like someone you're not spending time with. You just become friends. That's why in your office romance is popular. Why? You like the girl. We spend time together, we talk together, we have lunch together, we dine together. You begin to like and like and like and like. So friendship, so like is based on proximity. I see him often, I see her often, so I develop likeness. I like him in her or in him. Two, company is enjoyed, not endured. For lust, you enjoy it. For like, you enjoy it. Three, sometimes people marry friends for pity and not for love. I've said that before. Finally, you may not take from the person you like. You may not take. But from the person that is lost, you want to take sex. The person you like, you don't have to take, but you will not give sacrificially to her. That's how you know the sign. So whenever you give and you complain, then it's not love. Just like her, just like him. But love, the sign that it is love, souls are involved. Your soul, you feel something within beyond just your feeling on the outside. That's why I call them a soulmate. Two, you give to the person without complaining. Three, you enjoy spending more time. Four, it is selfless, not and sacrificial. That's what love is. It's a third layer of affection, third layer of feeling. So that's how you know what you have towards the person you know you have feelings for. So the problem is not that somebody's not have feelings for you. The problem is what kind of feelings they are for me. That's what young girls should be asking themselves now. Young men should be asking themselves now. Okay, I guess this girl has feelings for me. I guess I have some feelings for this person. The question is, what kind of feelings? She loves me, she likes me, or she lusts after me. Or he loves me, he likes me, he lusts after me. So that's what should be discussing here today. How do I know the person has feelings for you? Yes, I know. Even Jesus spoke about lust when he defined adultery. He said, if a man looks at a woman lustfully, he has committed adultery, lustfully. So it's not feelings that matters. It is what kind of feelings. Is it a like level? Is that a lust level? Is that a love level? So the three, they like to know the signs, because if I have fever, is what kind of fever? Is it malaria fever? Is it that fever a sign of something? Could be a sign of COVID, could be a sign of HIV, could be a sign of malaria. So the fact that your body is hot does not mean that every heat in your body is HIV or is COVID. So you just have to find out what kind of fever this is, what kind of feeling this is. So whenever you have feelings, just tell yourself it's fever. So your question is, what kind of fever or feeling is this? You know, is it like, is it love, is it lust? Lust is body, physical attraction. That's all. So somebody said there's a little bit of love in lust. Love in lust, I agree. But we're looking at a dominant feeling, not traits. You don't judge something with a little bit, a little bit. There's a little bit of caffeine, even in coffee, a little bit of caffeine in drug, the cocaine in drugs. We're not on drugs. We're not taking cocaine. You get, so we're looking at the dominant. So in making some chemical components, there's a little bit of everything in everything. However, what is dominant is what defines that particular object. If it is coffee, caffeine is dominant. If it is another thing, maybe Panadol, some particular chemical component is dominant. So we're looking at the feeling, what is dominant in that feeling. Oh, there may be a bit of lust. Maybe you saw first you like that body, but say, no, I can't. It's not a sex issue. That's why if it is love, you'll be willing to wait because you're willing to give. You will not say, if I don't sleep with you, you get a point and stuff like that. Unfortunately for Samson, Delilah did not love him, but he loved Delilah. Unfortunately for Samson. And that's the irony of life. The fact that you're in love with somebody does not mean the person loves you back. It blends when you find someone you love loves you back. That is a major problem with marriage. The people that succeed have mutual love for each other. Those that crash, one loves, one likes, one has lost, one lost, one love. So it won't work after 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Somebody is the one carrying the entire marriage and then they crash and they collapse. So these are my thoughts today. I think I will just speak for maybe 20 minutes, then I'll take your questions. I believe I've explained in a nutshell the difference between lust, love, and like. Many times you only say lust and love, you don't see like in between. There's a third dimension, which is just like. Because people think you either lust after me and you marry me or love me. No, there was a lady I liked, but didn't love. But I didn't lust after her either. I never lusted after her either. I just liked her, but I didn't love her. And she wanted me to propose to her. I tried to love her. I struggled, so I didn't propose. When I found my wife, I liked her. And after working with her for a while, I fell in love with her. You don't just love at first sight. That's nonsense. You like first, or you lust after at first sight. After working with the person for 6 months, spending time, seeing who she really is or who he really is, you start to fall in love. Because you fall in love, your souls start to knit together. And they call you soulmate. You start saying, look, I can't do without this lady. I will give everything to this girl. I will give everything to this person. Marriage works when two of you are in love with each other. Not feelings. Both of you can have feelings. We need to discover what kind of feelings. You are in trouble, my young lady, if you only have feelings for your body and you call that love. That's not love. He has feelings. Can do anything once he sleeps with you after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you may get tired. You find that you begin to get bored and you get tired and blah, blah, blah. You also need to do something to build that relationship if both of you are in love. The fact that you are in love doesn't mean you now abandon it to love. You have to build that relationship as well. Thank you very much. I think I will stop here and take a few questions if you have. I just hope we've been blessed with the need to charge and charge you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. In short, I love the word he said. that the third option. We are only looking at the love lost. But actually, the bulk of times, like play a major factor, which we think is actually love. It's actually likeness, not love. I have a friend in school. A typical example, I have a friend in school. I once told her,
Yes.
the way both of us are, we are very close. But don't you think I should marry you? Another day say, blessed, we are just meant to be friends. We can never marry. We can never marry. Ironically, I ended up becoming the MC to her wedding. And I laughed.
Oh.
And I said, no, we have always been friends. So what she just told me, like, we can't be friends. We are just, we can't be couples. We are just meant to be friends. And that's it. Thank you very much, Reverend Sir. Jennifer, you have a question, I guess. I can see your hand up. Please, if you have questions, please raise up your hand, or you can type it in the chat session. I will read out the question for Reverend to respond to. Jennifer, please, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have two questions. I'm currently with a friend, and she was asking me the question. I was like, I'm going to ask since Coach is around. But let me first start with my question. So, Reverend, I'm saying that I've had instances where you have men come to you and profess love, that they dreamt, they this, they that, but you really don't like the people. And then because you do not want to come off as rude or uncaring, you try to be diplomatic and kind and say, well, I don't think I'm attracted to you or like you enough. Or sometimes we even use the line and lie and say I'm in a serious relationship just to discourage people. But they still come, and it now turns to like they are now a pest because they are on your neck day in, day out. I feel that it's now becomes even more than infatuation. It now becomes more like stalking. How do we manage situations like that? That's one. Number two, so I'm giving this scenario. So let's say I'm currently in a relationship and the guy likes to give. So he gives money to support, maybe I have a dream or a business, he wants you to grow, he gives. But at a point, he now starts complaining about this business is not growing, I've been giving you money, I've been pumping money. But I thought that his love language was giving. That's why you are giving me, helping me to grow. And it's not my fault that the money is not yielding returns immediately as you expect. But you just keep complaining. Now makes it look like this giving that you are giving me. Do you really love me? Is it from your heart?
Okay.
That's it, sir.
Thank you. The second one is very important. I think depends on how, if you're already married, even if you're not married, even single people complain, married people complain. There's nothing wrong with the person that loves you asking you to give an account of yielding. So let's be careful not to make a sincere, honest question for accountability as lack of affection or desire or love for you. I mean, if I give my wife money for business and the first, second, third, fourth time we set her up, those businesses crash, I won't rejoice. I would the fact that I gave, and I not accept that much affection and love and commitment. However, love has also side of the commitment. So don't let us now think we would never have given if you didn't love. And that happens in marriages. Many marriages I know, how many couples I'm counseling at this point, whose wives, whose husbands are complaining, just like you said. And I've told the wives, this guy loves you. This guy is crazy about you. He will not commit. He will not go and take a loan of 2, 3, 4 million from a bank to invest in your business and hoping that business will yield for both of you. And he's only saying, look, my dear, you are spending too much money in this area. Honey, you're doing this. That's in order. God even complains when we waste his own resources. Does that mean God does not love us? Oh, no. God loves us passionately. But when someone wastes divine resources or even earthly resources, God will say, son, don't do that. That's not how to do it. So my answer to the second question is clear. That's not a sign that he does not love you. First one is a bit more tricky. Men who profess to love, but you don't like them, they love you, well, they profess that the feelings they have for you, that feeling for them, maybe you have likeness for them. And you say no without breaking a relationship, without breaking a heart. But in this case, there's no relationship. So we're not even speaking about breaking a heart. You're not breaking any heart because you've not said yes to the person. You only break a heart when you said yes, and both of you start something, and you now pull out, the person now becomes heartbroken. And in this case, the only thing you have to do is deny access. That's all. Deny access. The more you give me access to you, the more you give me hope that something can come up. If you deny me access, if you used to pick my phone calls 10 times a day before, reduce to 3 times a day. After a while, reduce to once a week. I'll get a message. If you used to see me 2-3 times a week before, reduce to once a month. After a while, I will get used to it. Because the affection grows hot or grows cold. It goes down. If the person is obsessed and is talking, you're in trouble. It goes down and the body becomes drained. It will lack sufficient energy to keep dragging. That's how the man would take the message and the guy would get used to not seeing you anymore. But the more you keep replying my text messages, you do all that and you're saying you don't love me. So what you're doing is giving me hope. So you are still leading me on. Even though you're saying something, you're doing another thing. You're saying no, but you're acting hang around. So, but nobody wants to hang around. Nobody wants to hang around the person that you're saying no to. So you can't tell me no, but you're allowing me to hang around. You give me access to you. You reply my text messages. You show me affection once in a while. So I think you should deny access to that person. The person would get the message. Deny access. Shut the door. Do not abruptly, not sharply, gradually. You understand that you don't want them to be crushed. You want to commit suicide. You want to drink poison. You know, you don't want them to, but deny access. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
Thank you very much, sir. There are some questions in the chat session. I will read them out. However, let me quickly get Chiamaka's question so that Chiamaka, let's get a question quickly so I can read the question that have been posted on the chat platform. For others, please, if you have questions, you wish to talk, raise up your hand, or you can drop a message on the chat platform. I will read out your question. Chiamaka, over to you. Chiamaka, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Go ahead, speak.
Can you hear me? Good evening, sir. Thank you, coach. Thank you for the insight. So I'm going to be asking this question now because I've had conversations with people. I'm just asking for someone not where I am, but still coming up in the Christian faith. So in this generation and in this our time, we have a lot of content out there that the narrative that is being pushed about love is quite different. It's really, really so difficult to differentiate between love and lust. So there is so much sexual message being pushed out. I just want to, I told Blessed, don't we? We're talking on Sunday that we really need to talk about this. A lot, even in the Christian faith, a lot of people believe that if you say you love somebody, there must be sexual attraction. That if you love somebody and you're not sexually attracted to that person, that means you don't love the person. So please, I really want you to clarify this issue because I had this conversation with somebody and it turned to an argument and the person is saying it's a must. So if you're not sexually attracted to this person, you are not in love with this person. Please clarify that, sir. Thank you, sir.
Before you respond to our question, let me just quickly add to that because while I was in service, right, I met some very interesting ladies in service. I was their editor-in-chief then. So a guy don't want to leave there the gift to him, and because one of the rules was no lady should visit you in that house. It's a Muslim school. So the guy wanted to go and return the key. I said, give me the key, I will leave there. He said, you don't want any baby. I said, nobody should visit me. I'm even happy. This is an opportunity for me to store my own. I collected the key. And the ladies in my CDS, they told me that, listen, are you sure you're not gay? Are you sure you are not masturbating? I said, I don't do any of those things. And all of them, none of them without mising word, all of them say they cannot marry a man without first having sex with the man. To be sure, for 2 reasons. 1, to be sure the man is not gay. 2, to be sure that the manhood is not as small as that of a baby. And I've had Christian sisters, apart from service that I've gone to, I've had Christian sisters in argument saying, nope, we have to be sure that he's competent in bed. We have to be sure that he is man enough, right? And he's not gay. And these are reasons people feel they must have sex. They must test this meal, this food, we must eat it before we enter. We don't want trouble. because marriage is a for life thing. So these are the things, just to further add to what Chiamaka said. So what is your point of view? Because this generation is becoming a norm, like it's just normal for us now in our time. How or what do you think about that point? Just to add to what Chiamaka has said.
Well, I think, like I said before, sex is overrated. People don't believe it. But number two, the generation is a godless generation. So we all agree that. I didn't say a churchless or a non-religious. I mean godless. Our generation is very godless. The church has failed. To say that you have to sleep with somebody to show that you love the person is, with due respect to my language, it's BS, frankly. It's BS. It doesn't make any bloody sense. I didn't sleep with my wife and I love my wife if I go married to her. And that was your time. That's what I'm saying. It's because the emphasis was based and built then on relationship and friendship, on long-lasting marital relationship. That's why today we have more divorces than ever before. People after the second, fourth year end up divorcing and breaking. So it shows that if you do something and you're failing in it, then something is wrong. You can't say those that did it before and succeeded that they are wrong because they don't divorce. So I think that's not right. To believe that you want to sleep to show that you love is not right. Now, to say, oh, what if he's gay? I don't want to. Let me make sure I sleep with him so I can be sure he's not gay. That's not true. There are many ways you can know if the man is gay or not gay without you sleeping with a person. Many men would have an erection when you stay close to them, and then you would know this person's got an erection, but the person will say, I'm not going to sleep with you. So you can't tell me that you cannot sense if a man is sexually attracted to you or not. Most gays are not sexually attracted to the woman. They might keep a relationship to keep a facade. So people can think they have a relationship, they will do all that, they will keep that facade. But the truth is, you as a woman would know. I have two ladies I'm going to give as examples. One of them came to me and said, I want to break this relationship. I said, why? This guy is gay. We've been on for like a year and a half. I've tried many things. I've done many things to just see if I can arouse him. He's not been aroused. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. She now told me things she did, and she was hoping that the man would move small. The man would do this small. The man did not bulge. So I said, okay, that's true. If any man, if you go that far, my dear, and I wouldn't go that far if I was a lady, but if you went that far and the man did not budge, then the man is gay. So I called the man for a meeting. I asked him about that question pointedly. Are you gay? He said, no, sir, I'm not gay, sir. The following month, the man left our church. The following month, the man left the church. We found out he was gay. We investigated that he was gay. And he was involved in the relationship with the lady. So, but the lady knew and said to me, this guy is not responding. This guy is not responding. Something is wrong somewhere. You know, that's very clear. So you don't have to sleep with me to know if I can respond. The third question there is, number one, how do I know it's not gay? The man will respond. Every man can be sexually aroused. You are the one that will say, no, hold on, and I'm not doing it. You will kiss yourself, Shani. You will hold yourself. You might be saying, can we? You say, no, we're Christians. And you say, okay, that's true. You will know that this one is not gay. Number two, what if his manhood is small? Who told you that sex is about being large or being small? That's nonsense. Go and find out from sex therapists. They will tell you that it has nothing to do with size. It has to do with energy. So forget that nonsense. If you want to sleep around, go and sleep around. All those things are just excuses that ladies give to sleep around. And that from time memorial, those things have been there. Thirdly, should I, what if, so all those things, all of the generation, all those things are nonsense. I don't think we should be discussing this again. We've discussed it 1,000 times. Some say, sexual attraction, to Chiamaka's question, sexual attraction is part of love. That's not true. And there could be a part of fact in it that you like somebody. I mean, you like the looks of the person. I'm not sexually lost in the person. What that person is telling you, Chiamaka, is to say, take lost out of your dictionary. Take like out of it. Every feeling I have for you must be love. And even if it is lost, it is still sexual attraction. I'm telling you, it's not true. Of course, once in a while, you see the person, you see the girl, you see the man, you say, wow, I think I picked a beautiful person. I remember very well, the first thing I really loved, I was not sexually attracted. I liked her. And I mean, I liked her. We just had something together. It wasn't lost. We're not thinking sex. This generation, we are too sexualized. The entire place is sexualized. Our TV, our internet, there's so much sex out there. So much pornography and nudity out there. To the point where we've now commonized what is sacred. Because we see it too often. So it's now common. Though it should be sacred. What should not be visible to the eyes of men have been made open in a pornographic manner. Every day you walk around, so it becomes no more sacred. Because what you see once in a while makes it sacred. If you see it every day, you make it common. So what the devil has done is to commonize what is sacred. Let's make it open. So everybody will not see nothing again about it. Everybody is doing it. It was a big issue, was a big deal, and stuff like that. So I think it's better to toe the path of caution than recklessness, because I can guarantee you, caution may guarantee you success, but recklessness will guarantee you destruction. You cannot tell me that being reckless, there's a 10% chance for success, being successful. But being cautious, you have 20, 30, you have 60, 70% chance or chances of being successful. In marriage, I mean, and we're discussing here with mature singles. I'm sure we're not discussing here with babies. These are mature singles that are thinking of relationship towards marriage. Not boyfriend, girlfriend, let's test it, let's try it, let's sample it. The people here today should be serious, mature singles who are also serious with their lives. Those are the ones we're discussing with today. For those that are not serious with their lives, we shouldn't budge, we shouldn't care, we should not let their own opinions change ours. Now, somebody asked a question, how to handle rejection after several times I've proposed, and 3 times, should I go the 4th time? Now, be careful. If you don't handle rejection well, it will land you into the place of depression. Now, there's nothing wrong if a girl says, I don't like you. But that's the truth. Just walk away. You may be in love with the wrong person, like Samson was in love with the wrong person. Remember, I just told you that. If you hang around the person too often, they will cut your head like they cut off Samson's head. The person will sell you for a morsel of bread. Because the person does not love you. That's the truth. It's important to find the person you love also loves you. If you love a wrong person, if you love someone who does not love you, walk away. Find a woman that will love you just the way you are, and then marry. Marry about 2 hearts coming together in union. Not yours marrying the person you love. People like people that don't respond back to them. That doesn't mean that they are bad people. You're not a bad person. The person you love simply does not love you. Move away. Ask God for strength and find someone else who will love you and accept you just the way you are. That will be my honest, sincere counsel and opinion for that person that asked that question about, I've proposed 3 times, the person said no. How do I do? How do I do it? How do I move on? That would be my own question to how do I move on? Just move on. Just move on. Lick your wounds. Wake up the following morning, speak to yourself, get your job, get your work, and move on. Move on. You love the wrong person. So what's the big issue there? There's nothing wrong with you loving. I got rejected by 2 or 3 women and I moved on. I found my wife. Thank God they rejected me. If they had not said no, I would not find Funke. So thank God they said no to me. Yeah, so move on. What's the big deal? Sometimes we just think we are winners. As winners, we must not take a no. No, take the no for your own sake. Because if you're miserable, if you're marrying that person, you'll be miserable in marriage. I don't want us to be miserable in marriage. So over to you. Please ask the next question.
Yes, sir. So the next question, the person, sorry, Henry, I'm very sure your question has been answered from Reverend's comment about this Christian sister that married a gay husband. Our intention this moment is quitting. And your question was, how did they get to this point, and how can Christians ensure that they don't get to this place in the first place? Reverend has answered in the course of his responding to Chiamaka's question. So the other question is, how can I make someone love me back, even to the extent of loving me more than I love her? That's the question from Festus. He has 3 questions, actually. The second question is, at what stage or points can I give up from asking someone? Okay, you answered that. You answered that one. Yeah, you answered that one. The last question is what? Yes. Okay, the other one is, how can I make someone love me back, even to the extent of loving me more than I love her?
Well, my answer to that, okay, go ahead.
How can someone who has been rejected several move on with his life and focus on the other things? You've answered that also. Just the first one.
Okay, the first one is very important for me because love is man's responsibility, not woman. So if it's a man asking this question, I don't think your plan and your prayer should be that your woman will love you more. No, a man should always love a woman more. For marriages that work, you find the man is extremely committed to the woman. Women are more responsive. Women respond, men initiate. We initiate, they respond, they absorb, they take, and they are more emotional, so they commit more when they see affection from us. They are not disloyal. They are more committed. They're less faithful. They're not disloyal. That's how God wired women. But men are the ones that initiate love. And when a man moves from one woman to another woman, this woman is gone because the affection will be transferred elsewhere. So if a man loves a woman and she's not responding enough, but she likes you back and she's responding no matter how small, thank God. Your job is to continue to love. That's what God said, husband, love your wives. So our job is to love and continue to pour a lot of affection on the people that we claim to love. Not to say, oh, I want to love them and they must love me back to the point where they love me more. No. But if it's a woman loving the man and the man is not loving and she's hoping that the man will love her more, then that relationship is already starting on a very shaky, weak foundation. I would suggest to that woman to walk out quickly because she will get her heart to be broken. Her heart will be broken. She will be crushed. She will be disappointed, rejected, perhaps depressed. So it's better for her to just walk away. Now, don't forget what we said, blessed. We started by saying there's like, there's love, there's love. We're assuming that this you are saying is love, not like, not lust. So because most of you are just speaking, we're using the word love in a very terrible manner. We have abused the word love today. The person you lost after, you say you love. The person you like, you say you love. The person you love, you say you love, 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 love. So we just use the love to express every feeling that we have towards the opposite sex. That's the dilemma we have today in the world. You never see, have you ever heard, everybody here, I'm sure all of you here have listened to many worldly music or secular music. How many of you, blessed, have ever heard a song taken by a secular artist on love and they used the word lust? Never. Never. No matter how they sing it, be it Bob Marley, be it, what's his name called? The one that died, Marvin Gaye, whatever song everybody sings out there, Lionel Richie, it's all, the word they keep using is love. 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 Nobody says, I lust after you. We don't care whiskey, whatever, David Doe. All they use is what? Love.
Love.
Go and check it, all the songs. They never say lust. Does it mean lust does not exist? It does. Does it mean like does not exist? It does. So how come it's only love we use? Because love is the most abused word ever. So please go and do your research. You will find that what I've said now is true. No singer would ever sing a song and put the word lust. They always say love, love, love. What they mean is I have feelings for that girl. But that feeling needs to be defined. Like fever, what kind of feelings do you have for me? So today, what every lady should take home here today, and every man, is, wait a minute, that's true. I have feelings, or he has feelings for me. The question is, what kind of feeling does this person exactly? That should be your quest. That should be your pursuit. That should be your focus. Then you should make the right decision. If it says it's lost, then run away. That's why they can kill. People that kill they kill women that they say they love. They lost to Tamar, and Amnon was lost. He was in love. He didn't find out until after he had sex with her. Then he looked at her and she became filthy. She was look at this stupid girl. Said, "Give her for me." How could you love such a person? It was lost. It was not love. So people need to realize that sometimes love and lust may look alike, like sugar and salt. Like sugar and salt. I beg you, please don't mistake love for lust. Don't mistake lust for love. There's like love. So your question is, how do I know? I've given the answer on it. One of these days I'll do a YouTube show. I'll do a YouTube show on this issue so we can discuss it. Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. So the other question is it okay for a lady to accept a proposal from a guy who wants retracted? Okay, let me read. Is it ideal to marry a guy who wants proposed to a lady and later retracted his proposal because she told him something from her past? Is it ideal to marry such guy?
So if the man retracted the proposal, then there's no marriage anymore. There's no proposal on the table.
So is it easy to marry such kind of man?
You can't marry.
Yeah,
The man is not marrying
such
you.
man.
No, you can't marry. The man is not marrying you. So except in your dream. You can't except you're asking me, is it okay for another girl to marry that
man? Exactly. That's the question. Okay. Exactly.
Oh yes. Now why not? Maybe the man found out something about you, and why did he even propose in the first place? He should have found out certain things that matter to him. Listen, let me tell you what you do, young men. When you find someone that you like, and your likeness for that person goes high to the point where it developed into love. During that period, in fact, you should not love a person you like without discovering some things. What it is the question and answer period. Dating, what you call dating, what I call friendship, is meant for you to know who you like. I like this man. Let me know him. Then you start asking questions that are important to you for your future. Now, for somebody, abortion is not important to them. For me, it was never important. For somebody, sex is not important to them. For some others, sex is important. They will ask you, are you a virgin? Yes, I'm not a virgin. You're not a virgin. I'm sorry, I want to go away. For some people, it's not very important. For some people, have you committed abortion? Well, when I was a non-believer, I did 2 abortions. They would not. For some, it's not. So ask those questions, then perhaps that's when your friendship and your love begins to grow. You should not propose, then discover something that makes you retract. It shows you proposed to a person you never knew. You should know a person to the point where you're willing to then go forward. Before you propose to a person, you should have known some few things. You should have before you propose. So the proposal is just to officially say, hey, you know what? With everything I've learned about you, I'd like to marry you. What do you think? Would you like to settle down with me and share your future with me? I can see 50 years of your future in front, very bright and very good. I would like to be part of that future. What do you think? Can we be together? That's what proposal is. Because you've seen some few things about the person's past. You have a few ideas about the person's dreams, desires, aspirations, and future plans. And they align with yours. Then you can then propose. So proposal you should not retract proposal. The person that proposes and then retracts is a confused person. There's a problem there.
Thank you very much, sir. There will be one last question, but before that question, I want to quickly use 30 seconds to say something to the people.
Okay, wait. I just saw a comment that the guy later proposed to the lady again. No, she accepted the proposal. So the guy retracted, then reproposed, and she accepted. It's okay, no problem. Because that meant the guy said, look, I made a mistake, and it can work out. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe the guy was so angry that why did you come to me in the first place? They now retracted. Now you're coming back. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people probably are just confused, develop cold feet, are scared, and they get back to their senses and say, look, let me go back. Nothing absolutely wrong with that. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So I want to quickly use this opportunity to let every one of us know, for those of us that are joining us for the first time, before I ask the final question to Reverend, that one thing we do here majorly is we dig. By digging, we look at situations that are happening. We look at things that we could learn from in a godly way, right? We discover, and by discovery, we are exposed, like what Coach is doing to us. And the last thing we do is what? We deliver. So that at the end of the day, when we get married, we have a very perfect home. So I'm saying this in respect to our forthcoming program we're having this Saturday called Youth Connect. Is dig, discover, and deliver. Please, for every one of us that are here, please make it a date. You are very much invited. It's coming up this Saturday. Please make it a date. The flyer will be posted on the 412 platform. Please take your time, and you are most invited. And I promise you, just the same way we have fun, learn here, you're going to learn more from that particular platform. And for those of us that are just joining us that are not on our 412 platform, please, I crave your indulgence. Put your phone number on the chat group so that someone can take off your number and add you up to the group, to our WhatsApp platform where you can have more information. And finally, we will be having our first 412 physical hangouts coming up sometimes later, end of next month. That will be communicated once it has been finalized. Thank you very much. That's why I should quickly say this thing. I know once Gabriel says last word, some of us will start dropping. That's why I have to quickly use this opportunity to pass this message while Reverend is still on. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. So the last question,
Yes.
sir, I use myself as a case study. So while I was in school, there was this girl that I love, and I couldn't ask her out. Fast forward, after school, I was serving. No, I was done with service. I was working. I was in an intern in my place of work. They sent me to Abuja. I met this girl again. So I asked, I got her number. I have to go and meet her where she was serving. I told her, I love you. I wish to marry you. I want to marry you. And that I'm not marrying now, but I know that in the next 3-4 years, I should be stable. But I just wanted to start something going. And she told me that she's not sure about that. She now said, let's go for 3 days dry fasting. I took the book by the horn. At this 3 days dry fasting, after the whole fasting, the girl said, did I hear anything? I said, I didn't hear. Maybe the silence of God is also telling us that we can make our decision ourselves. Fast forward, sir, was at the end of the day, the girl told me, blessed, we said we should give a trial relationship for 1 month. After 1 month, she said, blessed, I don't have any feeling for you. I think I like you as a friend. We can't continue with the relationship. Fast forward to 3 years later, same girl, we met again. She traveled to the US, she came back, we met again. This time around, several while she was in the US, she needed to sort some things in Nigeria. And when she speak to her friend will direct her to me. And I happened to be the plug that keep fixing it. Apparently, she didn't know I have such capacity to solve some of her problems. So on her birthday, when I took her out, she felt so happy, and she sent me a message apologizing for not accepting my proposal. And she was like, now you're in a serious relationship. I can't come back into your life, but I know you're in a serious relationship. But I'm sorry about them. And I'm sorry about everything. I felt bad. And I know there are so many people that have been in such situation. How do you think people should really manage a situation? Especially ladies or guys, when you have an opportunity, like I feel sometimes people show people that love them away, not because they can't love them, but because they feel these people cannot go further than how they are. And tomorrow they become successful and they start saying, I am sorry, I'm sorry about them. Meanwhile, that sorry don't hold water again. What would you say in such situations so that we can help ourselves not to be in such situation?
Well, I think there's nothing when people propose to people at different times, and when they propose to you, they may not be, hold on, they may not be ready for that relationship at that point in time. They may not be. You must understand that they may not be. People have to be mentally ready for relationships. Mentally ready. Not just emotionally ready. The person must be emotionally matured and mentally. Now, some people propose to people that are not mentally ready for relationship. They just want to focus on their school, their education, their work, their home, their service. And so you got to propose. I'm like, no. The actual no is I'm not ready. They may not be saying no to a person. Maybe saying no because I'm not ready. But maybe your case would have been a mental preparedness. Because again, they can't even define it. They said, no, maybe 2 years after, the lady begins to feel, I think I'm now ready. I think it's time for me to settle down. Because just like people prematurely propose and they prematurely reach you, the fact that you're ready doesn't mean I'm ready. All I just want is a friend. I just want a friend, and I like a friend, but you're taking this thing too far. Can we just slow down? So I think we need to be sensitive to all that as well. And people make mistakes, and those are the mistakes people make when it comes to relationship issues. So I think all of us should be sensitive to know when somebody is not just ready physically, emotionally, but also mentally ready for the serious busyness of managing a relationship. Because in every relationship, you are emotionally managing yourself and your partner. Somebody else may not be mentally ready until when they are 840. 37 is ready. 27, 29, I'm ready for marriage. Some people are not. So that's why we have people having issues in relationships because they started it when they were not ready for it. The fact that they are ripe does not mean they are ready. Remember what I taught you about ripe and ready. I'm ripe. I finished school. I'm ripe. I'm old enough. I'm not ready for a relationship. So don't force me because I'm ripe. I'm not ready. So probably that could be the case, your case, who knows? So let's manage ourselves well with respect to ripe and ready. To be ready means we're mentally, emotionally, and perhaps financially ready. If I don't need a man in my life right now, I don't need one. I just want a friend. Why you are harassing me? You are harassing me. Please leave me alone. The person will say no 2 years after. And now says, this guy was in battle. Then she's probably mentally ready, emotionally ready, prepared, and ready to start what? If you force her to start when she wasn't mentally ready, you'll be fighting more. She'll be screaming, you'll be screaming more, you make more mistakes. She wants to spend more time with her dad and her mom and her siblings. You want some of those time, you always be fighting because she was never mentally ready. So I think we manage all that, and that will help us. Let that be the final thought for me. I gotta go because I have other
Thank you. Thank you very much, Reverend. Thank you very. I really would have loved you say. I really would have loved you say a word of prayer for us before you go.
That will be a pleasure. Any day, anytime. Father, I thank you for your children here today, those that just left and came in again. I pray that this business of marriage and relationship, they will get it right. Amen. In the name of Jesus. I pray that you guide their thoughts and guide their feelings in the name of Jesus. Help them to understand the difference between like, lust, and love in Jesus' name. Thank you, Daddy. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you very, very much. Please, can we all give a round of applause for our coach, our one and only coach? Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Real good. Thank you very, very much. Yes, back to our home. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining, and special welcome to Dorcas and Stephen. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for creating our time to join us. And okay, 1,000 closer. Thank you for creating that time. So once again, let me re-emphasize our forthcoming program, which comes up this Saturday. Dig, Discover, and Deliver at 10 a.m. It is at the Foundation of Truth Assembly, 40/42 Imam Dauda Street. Please make it a date. It's something you don't want to miss, and you're going to have a lot of fun. Once again, thank you very much for coming around today, and God bless you real good. I don't know if my president, John, if you have any other thing to say before we round up tonight.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate every one of you, and I was glad that we all learned. Just a reminder as well, we have our Youth Connect. For those that have been asking that, how are we going to meet physically? This is another avenue, this is another opportunity. It's just this Saturday on the 17th, 10 a.m. at Fota Church. It's a new wine Youth Connect, and new wine is the youth expression of a Foundation of Truth Assembly, whereby we come together. So the Youth Connect program is a place whereby the youth connect together. So it doesn't mean maybe you can be as old, but if you are mature in heart, like we used to say, you can come for this program. Invite your friend. It promises to be insightful. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Blessed, for hosting. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. I can see Samuel. I can see Dorcas. Dorcas, you are welcome. We will add you to the group shortly. Stephen, thank you for joining us. Samuel, a lot of people are on the call. I can't mention everybody all, but thank you so much for joining. God bless you. Have a good night rest. See you next 2 weeks by His grace. Thank you, everyone. Blessed, I can see you.
Good night.
Thank you so much. All right, good night.
Mr. Blessed,
Belt of experience. Blessed, please advise Femi. Femi has been begging one girl to love her.
Don't worry, very simple.
You don't lie.
You know you were crushing on me, Femi.
It's very simple. Just
now I'm crushing on you now, Femi. Femi, you know you were crushing on me. Now I'm crushing on you. Don't crush on that girl again. Don't love the girl again. I'm loving you back now. You know you were crushing on me, so I'm loving you back. Don't go.
Blessed, we forgot to acknowledge the presence of Pastor Yomi Kasali, our lead pastor in Fota. Please, can we just give him a round of applause?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Thank you for coming.
Our youth pastor is also here.
Our youth pastor,
yes,
Pastor Jenkins
is there.
Good
evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
No,
you refuse to recognize our father.
We recognize Pastor Jenkins. I didn't even know that. But I agree with
Pastor Jenkins, good evening, sir. We miss you.
Hi, miss you too.
Good evening, sir.
Enjoying Abuja.
God bless you, my people. Yes, so Abuja is sweet.
It's not like Lagos that is stressful.
Yeah. Awesome. God bless you. Good program. Let's keep it up and do better next time. Cheers.
Yes,
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Good night, sir.
Bye.
Good night. Let me go. I want to go and argue with Femi and the group first. Femi needs to wake up.
Happy arguing. Enjoy your argument.
Femi, how will you be like love begging somebody when your crush is available? The girl that you've been crushing on since.
Because you brother zone Femi. Why?
Uncle Zone, not brother Zone. Uncle Zone.
I did not brother zone him.
She Uncle Zone Femi. She didn't brother zone him. Uncle Zone. It's called Uncle Femi now.